Hi guys, this is Computer Studies Paper 2, the practical paper of November 2019. The whole paper is 2 hours and the subject code is 451/2. These are the candidate's instructions. And this is question 1, which garners 50 marks. Question 1 states, Form 1 class teachers of Mwango Secondary School intend to use a database to manage students' performance in 3 examinations. That is the opener, the midterm, and the end term examinations. Part A, open a database program and create a database named analysis. This is the first question and that should give you 1 mark. So guys, let's go and get that mark. So on my computer, I press the Windows button. Then I write the word access, and even before I finish writing, I get the access up here, which I can open by clicking here. I can also open by clicking at the word open here, or I can press the enter key on my keyboard. So now I'm waiting for the database to open. And as you can see here, there are some previously made databases which show here, and a blank database at this point. So for the time being, we go with the blank database. And now I click on it to open. We are told to call it analysis. So to get that 1 mark, I go ahead and call my database analysis. Then from there, I create. But I already have an existing database called analysis. So let me say no and modify it a bit by putting a full stop there or a dot, and I create. So I have an analysis database created. It is in my documents. So if I go to the documents, I will always get it from there. So that's the first part, and 1 mark is done. I can now close this database, and we shall go ahead in the next video with the next part of the question. All right, we go to part 2 of the question. Actually, what we did first was question 1, part A. Now we go to question 1, part B, Roman 1. What does it tell us? Wacha tusome guys. Create 3 tables. Hizo ni meza 3 ama haziitwi meza, 3 tables. Ya kwanza inaitwa class. Ya pili inaitwa student details. Na ya tatu inaitwa student marks. Lakini lazima uziandike vile zimeandikwa. In the database file created in A yenye ulitengeneza hapa. Sasa hapa ndio utaweka the 3 tables. Na hiyo swali inakupatia alama 14, 14 marks, a full 14 marks. Kwa hivyo A and B, they'll give you a total of 15 marks. Now this is not very difficult. Let us make the first table first, and then we shall continue. So what do? I come to the file explorer, documents. Then this is my analysis database. I actually changed the name to what is required. So I removed the dot that I had put earlier, double click to open, and here it opens. I'm supposed to make a table. I therefore here enable content. I don't have any table here, so I come here and tap on create. Then I come here to table design. After opening table design, it gives me here table 1. But now this will not be table 1. It will be, let's see, it will be class table. Class table, but we shall put this one later. So we have the field name. The field name, one of the fields will have class ID, another one class name, and another one the teacher. Let's go ahead and insert them as we have been told. So the first one, again, class ID, class name, and teacher. Class ID, class name, and teacher. So this first one is class ID, and from there class name, and the third one is the teacher. Then what about the data type? What about the data type? All are coming out as short text, but what have we been told to do in the question? So we come back here to the question and check. This is text, but the size should be 2. This is also text, the size should be 25. This is also text, the size again should be 25. So we go and format, or format them as required. Back to the database. The first, I click on this field here, then I come down here, and the field size should have only 2 characters. I come to the next one. This one had 25, so we put a 25 there. The third one should have 25, and that is it. The first table is done. So we come here, save the table. The table's name is class table. Come here, we give it that name, the class table, and we okay. We forgot to put the primary key. So do you want to create a primary key now? Let's say no. Then we come back here and click on this. We make this field to be the primary key by clicking here, primary key. And you can see there is an icon for primary key that has come up here. From there, what can we do? Let's first of all close this for the time being. And we have several views of this. What we have at the moment is design view. Let's see datasheet view. Do you want to first save the table? Let's say yes. And this is the design view. So it has class ID, class name, teacher. So we can later enter the details here, and here. Another way that you can also toggle the view is by coming to the bottom here, design view, then datasheet view. Again, design view and datasheet view. So you can toggle. If you want design view, you do that. If you want datasheet view, you do that. And again, you see along this panel, we have created the first table. So you can see the first table being here. While we are here, it is important I also show you how to toggle the ribbon. If you want the ribbon to show, you pick each of these, and you double click. It has gone. You double click, it has come back. Double click, the ribbon is gone. Then double click, everything comes back. You can also make this panel, side panel or navigation panel, smaller by using the shutter bar. You close it, the navigation pane, or you open it. You can close it or you can open it. It is important that you try these things while we are here. One of the reasons why we chose this question is that by the time we finish, it will have covered so much of what is required in this topic database, topic 3 in form 2. So we stop there and we meet as we make the next table. All right, so we meet again. This time round, we need to go to the second table. So let me open the question in the PDF. This is the second table. The name is STUD details. It is actually student details table. It has the fields, as you can see. In Access, the fields are the ones that go down this way. I will be talking about that later. And we have the data type and properties. So, twende nalo, let's go and work on it. But once we open, let's remember AD number, STUD name, gender and class ID. AD number, STUD name, gender and class ID. Those are the first entries that we are going to make. So ndio sisi hao tumekuja kwa database. So again, we start from here, create. And we are there. There is a home, there is create. Then let's not go to table. Let's go to table design. Click on it. You can just click once. So you can see now we have the table that we created earlier here. And we have the second table that you're about to create. The first field, head, AD number, like that. And you can see the data type, short text, inajiandika hapo automatically. But we can change this. Tutaona tukifika. The second was, let us be very sure we got the question, STUD name and gender. STUD name with a capital S, STUD name, like that. Then the third one is gender, and I think the fourth one was class ID. If I'm wrong, we'll just change. Yeah, it's actually class ID. So let's check on it again. AD number, STUD name, gender, class ID. Checking. AD number, STUD name, gender, and class ID. Let's go now to the data type. Data type from the question, AD admission number is a number. Then student's name is a text that should not go beyond 25 characters. Let us deal with these two first. Back to our database. Click on the short text here. Come here, you get a drop-down menu. Click on it and select number. Select number. So now it is a number. Have we been told the size of that number? Let us check. No. The number can have any characters. If you check on this one, the class ID, the number is not allowed to go beyond 2 characters. So the largest it should be is 99, which is 99. So it can start from 0, 1, 2, 3. But the moment it gets to 10, those are 2 characters, and the highest number that can be written using 2 characters is 99. So we come to student's name and give it 25. Let us give it 25. Short text at 25. We come to the next. Back to our question. Gender. This is an option, a yes or a no, where the yes is for the female. Yes is for the female. I will come to this about yes being for the female a little bit later, and you'll see. Yes is for the female. So come back here. Then at gender, here it's not a short text. We open, we do here like that, a yes or a no. Then finally, class ID to the question. Class ID is actually an interesting one. It is a text that should not go beyond 2 characters. Text that should not go beyond 2 characters. Cannot go beyond 2 characters. So we come here and we give it 2 characters. These are called the field properties. All these ones are called the field properties. The field properties. If you are able to read here the maximum number of characters you can enter in the field, the largest maximum you can set is 255. It cannot go beyond 255. And if you need help, you can press F1 on your computer and it will assist you in managing the field size. Then let us go back to the question, because class ID has something else. It has another feature. Class ID is a lookup value. But what are we looking up to? The classes that are in this particular school, Mwango Secondary School or Mwango High School. There is 1 East, 1 North, and 1 West. 1 E, 1 N, and 1 W. So let us go back to our database, and under field properties you can see there is general and there's a lookup. So we tap at lookup. We tap at lookup. Then at the end here there is this drop down menu. Click on it once and enter the list box. Under lookup, this part, the source part, this one should be value list. This one should be value list. Now, at this particular point here, row source, where are we supposed to get the details to put in those rows? This is where we write 1 East here. 1 East. Class table, no, we don't pick from the tables. This is where we are supposed to write the what? Our classes. But how do we write them? Let me show you. I had already written them earlier in this Word document. They are here. I will make them larger by coming to here, increase font size. Click once, click again, like that. I'm sure now you can easily see. So you put them in quotes. 1 east is in quotes. 1 east is in quotes. Between 1 east and 1 north, we are supposed to put a semi. Sorry, we're supposed to put, where is my semicolon? Supposed to put a semicolon. This one in what? Double quotations. It's called double quotations in a semicolon. 1 north bound in between double semicolon, double quotations, sorry, and a semicolon. And then we have the last one. So let me pick all these. I come here, copy. Then I go to my database, which is here. The row source at this point, I paste all that here, and paste, and there it is. So from there, I can make this the primary key, like that, and you can see the icon has already been made here for the primary key, upper heavy, primary key, and then I save this table, and the table is asking me for the name. So back to the question, STUD details table, STUD details table, S, capital S, T, U, D, then details table. Are they double D's? Let me check again. Actually, small d and a capital D. So I guess that is okay. I click on OK to save. Click. Na ndio hii imekuja hapa. I can toggle between design view and datasheet view. So what we have now is design view. Let's go to datasheet view that way. And it is here. AD, number, STUD, name, gender, ni kabox. Kabox unaweza ufanya hivyo. You can tick and untick, tick and untick, tick and untick. Then there is class ID. Sasa tutakuja baadaye, tutazijaza hivi zikiteremka na zikienda hivi. Zikiteremka zinaitwa fields na zikienda kama rows zinaitwa records. So hiyo nayo tumemaliza. We will now meet tukienda hiyo table nyingine, na ndiyo table ya 3 na table ya mwisho katika part B of this particular question. Table number 3. Already we have 2 tables, the class table and the students details table. In our question, we are supposed to make 3 tables. Class table, which we have, students details table, which we have, and now we make student marks table, which has the following features: admission number, opener exam, mid-term exam, and end of term exam. And that is what you are going to do. And the data type is quite easy. As you can see, all of them are numbers. All of them are numbers. So no complications at all here. no complications. So our database is still open. Analysis database, which is in our documents. You can change the location if you wish. It doesn't have to be in documents all the time. You can even save it in the desktop. Here you can see our tables. We have the class table and we have the student details table. We can open each one of them by double clicking. So this is the class table. We can also open student details table by clicking, and you can see the features. Remember here we said gender. You can click there when the student here is female, and for the male you let it stay this way, which means whenever you wish later, because I'll show you something called filtering. You can filter out all the girls or you can filter out all the boys. Kwa sasa twende kazi, let's create the third table as usual. Come here, click, come here, click. I'm actually only clicking once. So this is the first field. What should I put here? To be very sure, let us go to the question. Admission number, opener, midterm, end term. Admission number, opener, midterm, end term. Back to the access. Here, AD number, opener. Next one, mid term. You can see I'm capitalizing the T because it is capitalized by the examiner. Then END, capital T, like that. And what did we see? All of them are numbers. So we come here, double click, write number, come here, double click, write number. I'm just putting N, alafu hiyo nyingine inajiandika, alafu naenda next. Okay, before that double click or highlight everything and that is it. What is the name of this table? What is the name of this table? Before we write the name, let us click on this and make this one the primary key. Isikae ikituliza uliza. And then from there, the name, to be very sure, STUD max table. STUD max table. So let me close this table now. I can close it at this particular point, like that. Do you want to save changes? Yes. The number STUD MARKS STUD max, not table 1 but table. Can you be sure? STUD max table. STUD max table. And we okay. We are okay now. So I click on okay. Tuko sawa. Tumetengeneza. Na ndio gani? Na ndio hii. So if you check here now, you can see we have 3 tables. Let's double click on it to open. Yeah, admission number, open exam, midterm, end term. Admission number, opener, midterm, end term. Is it the way it is again? Yes, admission number, opener, midterm, end term. And by that, we have been awarded the 14 marks. 14 marks ni zetu, ongeza ile tulikuwa nayo ya kwanza. Kwa hivyo saa hizi we have already earned 15 marks in this practical paper. Okay, now the next question, B part 2. Create the relationships. The what? The relationships. Between what? Between the tables. The relationships between the tables. And if we look at these tables directly, you can see there is a relationship between class table and student detail table. And what is the relationship? Where we have the student table, we have the class ID. We also have the class ID here. So we can link these two. Yeah, move on. We can also link the student detail table with the student marks table, because again, there is admission number here and there is admission number here. So we go to our database. We don't go to create now, but we go to database tools and we take the relationships tool, click on it, and that is the way it opens. Here we have our tables as usual. We have this field which we shall work on, and on this side we have add tables. You can also have links, you can have queries which we have not yet made, and at the end here you can have all of them together. We are interested in tables, so we click on tables. We need to put all these tables here, and one way of putting all those tables there is double click on one table, double click on the other, double click on the other, and you have all these tables here. Let me take them back so that I also show you what else you can do. I'm using delete to remove them. I'm removing them using delete. You can also click on that, press shift, click on the last one, right? You click the first one, click shift, click the last one, then you hold them, drag and drop, and you get all your tables here. So that's another way you can do it. Again, let's remove them, remove them, remove them. I'm simply using delete to remove them. So the other way is to hold each table on its own. Unaivuruta, unaileta. Drag and drop. Drag and drop. And once they are here, you can arrange them as necessary. So now, let us do the relationships. Okay, now I'll pick the tables, database tools, relationships, add tables. So the tables are here. Let me add one table by table, that one, and that one. And I bring this one down here. This is admission number, this is admission number, student details, student marks. So I pick this one, I drag it here, let it. I enforce integrity, cascade, update related fields, cascade, delete related fields, and I allow. So that one has been created. That one can move here and still see it is created. Then I come to this one, I connect class ID with class ID like that, class ID with class ID like that, class ID in class table, which is this, and details table, which is this one. So again, I enforce referential integrity, cascade, update related fields, cascade, delete related fields, then I create. So they have been created. What next? I close. If I close, do you want to save any changes? I say yes. And the relationships have now been created. So that gives us now the 2 marks for this particular question. Hizi tuko nazo. There is something I need us to learn in this small video. And this is something called how the tables can be arranged in a database. We have 3 tables in this question: the class table, the students details table, and we have the student marks table. Na alama zote ni ngapi? Ni 14. So hapa tunaenda, sio swali tunajibu. Hatujafika hapa, hapa tutafika in the next video. But for now, let us go to our database and we check on something. I click on it. Here it is. So we have our tables here. Within the table panel, remember we said you can collapse it using that shutter. Plus the navigation table, you can no longer see the tables and you can open it. So do not forget that. The next thing, when I open that table and I open that table and I open that table, all the 3 tables are open. You can see them here and you can access each table by tapping at the top. There is another way that these tables can be arranged, and sometimes it becomes my favorite because I can see all those tables at the same time. So how do we do it? Twende nalo. Unakuja hapa kwa file, unateremka all the way to options. This box inafunguka. Hii box inafunguka. And then here you will see we are at general. Let us go direct to current database. At current database, we come here to document window options. Window options. What we have now is tabbed documents. But I want overlapping documents. So I check on that. And after checking on that, this one goes and come down here. Say, okay, you must close the database and then open. Okay, so I close my database, come here to my document, it is here, and I open it again. It is opening, it is not yet open, ndio hii inafunguka. Now it's open. If I click on this, now you can see I'm able to, this now is a window on its own. I can move it to wherever I want. I can also resize as I wish. From the top, I can resize. Yeah, you can see. So that is the class ID. Wacha hiyo tuiweke hapo. I come to the students table, ndio hiyo. Nikishika hapa hivi, hapo kuna holder. I can again resize this one. Nikija hapa kwa kona, nikija hapa kwa kona hapa hivi, naweza resize venye ninataka. Naweza resize hivyo, like that. Hata hiyo acha niweke hapo. Hii nyingine nayo niweke hapa. And I resize it. Haya, kutoka hapo, student marks, double click. Ndio hiyo imefunguka. Nije hapa and I resize it as I wish. I resize as I need, like that. So here I have the class table, which is this one. I have the students details table, which is this one, and I have the student marks table, which is this one. And you can see now they are appearing as separate windows. So that is something important. That is what I wanted to show you. Thank you very much. We meet in the next video. Yeah, we are still moving. We are now at question B, part 3. Create a form. We are creating a form. A form is a feature that can be used for entry of data. So we create a form for the class table. For the class table. Remember, the class table has what? The class table has class ID, class name, and class teacher. So we create a form for the class table and add a subform for the students details table. And for the student details table, what do they ask for, or what does it have? It has admission number, student's name, gender, and it also has the class ID. The class ID. And the format that the examiner requires is like the one that is shown in this figure 1 yenye imeonyeshwa hapa. So the class ID ya mwanafunzi itaingia hapa. This one will be there. Jina ya mwanafunzi itaingia hapa. Teacher name will be here. The label. The label will be here and the teacher's name will be here. Then this one is horizontal, this one is vertical. The students will have their admission numbers going down in the fields like this, like this, like this, and the record, the full record for a student will then be across. Remember, the columns are called fields and the rows are called records in Access or in databases. It is different from the way we know in Excel. So how do we do it? Twende kazi, Access, and we shall only start with the first one. We shall start with the first one only. We shall do the class table first before we add the subform. So this video will only talk about the class table alone. Then later, in the next video, we shall go to the subform and add this other table. For now, we add the what? The class table. So this is our database. These tables are still here. Now we want to create forms. So we come here to create. Then here you can see there are many ways that you can create a form. For now, let us just choose form design, and you can see what opens. But now we need to add from this table. We need to add features or fields from this table. So what do? We come all the way here to this icon, add existing fields. We click on it, and here it is telling us to show all tables because no table is shown. So all tables now are shown. Which table do we need? The class table. So we open it there. What do we need? We need the class ID, the class name, and the teacher. That is what we saw from the question. We need the class ID, class name, and the teacher. Back to the Excel. We click on that. You can see it is here. We click on that. You can see it has also come here. And we click on that, and you can see it is here. But then they have not been arranged in the way we need them to be arranged. If this space appears, the working area here appears to be too small, you can always resize it. Let us make it larger. That is the outer frame. And we can also enlarge the inner scale like that. Can do both. Actually, now we don't need this one anymore, so we can even close it. Anytime we need it, we can bring it back that way. For now, we don't need it. Let us make this one a bit larger to make our work at least a bit easier. So when you click on this, it gets selected. You click on this, it gets selected. You click on this, it gets selected. And check. This is the label. This one will appear as a blank. This is where the class shall be. Class name is a label. Here, class name is the class itself. So let me click on this so that we can rearrange. You can always rearrange these ones the way you want. So if you take until you get that plus sign, then you hold down, you can always pick this thing and bring it there. And you can see both of them are coming. Then the last one, you can pick this. Acha, uilete mpaka hapa. Namna hiyo. Like that. So, and if you want to select all of them, you can select all of them like that. You can come to format, and you can format the way we format in Word. Like here, you can decide this one will be Arial. You can decide all of them will appear bold, as you can see. But now you can see the word teacher has been cut off. So what you need to do is to resize this one. Bring your cursor there. Ivute hivyo. So jina ya mwalimu itaonekana pia. Na si jina ya mwalimu actually. Ni nini? Ni the label. Then the class. Hapa. Ni label hivyo. The class ID. Na fichwa kidogo. Leta cursor hapo. Peleka hivyo. Itaonekana. Jina ya mwalimu may be longer, so we can also make this one to be longer. If we feel that this one is too big, then we can come here and make this one now. Turn it back so that we don't have a very large space with nothing. This other one is not important, it can be allowed to stay where it is. Now we can also select all of them, right click, then come here and align, and we can align to the top such that they are all at the same line that way. Right. Then once we have finished, you can do that. You want to keep the changes? Yes. Then we can call it, has it been given a name? You can call it a data entry. Data entry. Tuiandike hivyo, data entry. Okay. And you see now we have tables and here we have forms. Open it. Unaona vile inakaa. Kuna class ID, kuna class name, na kuna teacher. If you want to make these spaces to be smaller, you can always do it. Touch there, come back to design, kuja. Unaona hapa hivi kuna hii kitu ya black. Ishike, kalete hivi, kashikane hapo. Like that. Then, the same, kuja na hii, ilete, paka hapo, shikane hivyo. Ya mwalimu, kuja nayo, ilete, ishikane hivyo. and we can make this one also come back and be smaller. Then from there again you can save at the top here. Then you view. Remember I told you there are so many ways. This is layout view. That's datasheet view, and this is layout view. And you can see how it is. Now these ones have become smaller. If you want to make them even much smaller, it is possible. If you want to reduce these pieces, it is also possible. That one depends on you. Sawa. So we are through now with that, and in the next video we shall go to creation of the sub form. The next in the questions, let me get the question first. Question, here I select document 2019. This is the paper. So we go to the question very fast. The question, here it is. So we are supposed to create a form for the class table, which we've already done, and then we are supposed to add a sub form for the student details table, and then make it as it is in figure 1. So what do we do? What we do is we go to the database, we click on the database itself, and from down here you can see it opens in form view. You can also open it in datasheet view. You can also open it in layout view and in design view. And you can also get the same features at this holder here. Right click and you can see form view, layout, design, and datasheet. And of course, while in home tab, within the views group, you can get the form view, datasheet view, layout view, and design view. So there are so many things that you can do the same thing, doing the same thing, but different ways or different approaches. So again, remember, we are not using tabs. But we are using what we can call here, like that. We are using the overlapping windows view, so we can carry this along, drop it, drag and drop it where we need it to be. So now let's go to the design view, design. Then we take our student details table. The student details table has 1, 2, 3, 4. Admission number, student name, gender, and class ID. What does the examiner need? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to take everything. All right. So let's get back there to the database. Student details. We pick this and we drop it here. Would you like to define? Wacha tu ikae vile iko, twende next. Students table subform. Wacha tu tukubali ikae hivyo. And that is it. Remember, you can pull this down that way. We can also pull this one down that way. We can also pull this down that way. Let us this time round use the layout view, layout view, layout view. Then we click on that. Then what do? Wacha to extend here mpaka mpaka karibu mwisho hapo, tuje kwa hii extend karibu na mwisho like that. Then tuichukue kidogo extend mpaka wapi? Mpaka hapo juu, alafu pia tuteremke up to a particular point like that, like that. Then this one should go all the way to the end, so you can resize some of these things like that. And your student's name ipate enough. Class ID should not be too big. Gender should not also be too big. Class ID nimepesha kidogo. Alafu sasa here, yeah, you can make this one bigger all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, again a little bit, give back a little, yeah, like that. Actually, we can stick it close to the line, like that, like that. So we have here class ID, class name, and the teacher. Then you have the admission number, the student's name, and gender, and the class ID, and the class ID. So at that point, let us close. It asks us save changes to the following objects. Let me say yes to all. Then we have our data entry table. Fungue hivyo na unaweza vile inatoa inform way. So hapa hivi ndio tutaandika vitu. So now we can enter our data using this form. Class ID, name of the class, and the teacher, then the students' names and details as in this table. So this is another way, another feature that we can use to enter data. So how many marks? Let us go and check. How many marks? How many marks? So the whole of this question, gives us 4.5 marks. But actually it's not a lot of work. It's not a lot of work. So now next video we'll go into this one, which is taking 12.5 marks. Enter the following data in their respective tables. So here, my friend, lazima increase speed yako ya kutype, sababu wacha tu tutafika hapo tuonane. Now we are back. Question is number 4. Enter the following data into the respective tables in the database, and that is 12.5 marks. So this is the data. For the class table, you have to enter 1 east, 1 north, 1 west, class name in full, and then the particular teacher. Teacher Elvis Barongo, Alice Nadia, and Paul Mkahot Mkacharo. What else? Students details. My friend, hapa kuna wanafunzi wangapi? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and their details, their names, and their gender, and their class. My friend, it is the high time you improved your typing skills, your typing speeds, because you also have to write this, and it has to be accurate. It has to be accurate. So We come to our database. We first of all get to the class table. We are starting with 1 East. Form 1 East is the class name, and the teacher is Mr. Elvis Barongo. 1 East, 1 North, 1 West. 1 East, 1 North, 1 West. Acha twende tu kwa database, kwa class table. Hapa tunaandika 1 East. Then after that, Form 1 East and Elvis Barongo. Form 1 East, Form 1 East. Then the next, the teacher is Elvis Barongo. And to save time for me, I had already written these names, so I'll just come here and paste them. You're about to paste 2 records. Are you sure you want to paste these records? Wacha tuseme yes, na ndizo hizo. Alafu kutoka hapo niende kwa students table. Kwa students table, I had also done the same. So I'll come here, click on that, and paste. Oh, I'm only pasting 1. I don't know why. We try again. Copy. Bring it here again. Paste. It's only pasting 1. But I keep trying to see how many should I be able to paste. Or alternatively, let me check whether I can paste going downward the other way. Copy. And then this one. Can paste. Alright, I sure you want to paste here. I'm pasting from the top. I sure you want to paste all these records? Yes. But then the names have not come in. So let me try to see whether I can paste the names. Having a challenge. Pasting. Copy. Come here. Paste. 11. So that one has been pasted. Come and paste the class. Copy. Kuja hapa. Fanya kitu inaitwa paste. So I hope this is exactly the way it is supposed to be. Exactly the way it is supposed to be. Then we pick the females and we tick them. Erika is female. Axilam is male. Morgan is male. We go up to Mary. We click on the tick because we were told, I had told you earlier, kitambo sana, tukasema we'll come to these check boxes. They are called check boxes. Check boxes. Check boxes. And this is a live record. Emily, we tick. We also tick on. We also tick on who else is female. Esther. Are they for females? Let us check. Esther, Emily, Erica, and Mary. To be sure, 1 Mary, 2 Erica, Esther, and finally Emily. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything else is male. Now we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 from 1 East. How can we filter them? How can we filter them? How can we filter them? Filter them. Let's click here, right click, then come here and we see equals 1 East. Yeah, tuko na 4. Erica, Axelam, Mary, and Martin. Erica, Axelam, Mary, and Martin. Going back to our record, Mary and Martin. Yeah, Mary, Erica, Axelam, and Martin. We can filter them out. We can also filter those ones from N, and there are only 3. Esther, Mika, Mohammed. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. But before we see, what do? We need either to touch on this to remove the filters. Click on this to remove the filters. Or you come to this one and you can also remove the filters from here. Toggle filter or here. Naona zimeondoka. So now tuchague one of the ends, right click on it, and we see equals N. So we have 3, Muhammad, Esther, and Mika. And that is what we had seen. Muhammad, Esther, and Mika. And then the 4 that remain should obviously be in W. So wacha turudi hapa kwa hii database. Tukirudi kwa database, we can now use this one, toggle, and come to N, right click, equals N, so that we filter by N, watatu, Muhammad, Esther, and Mika. Is that the N? Muhammad. Yeah, that is N. W. We are supposed to go to W. We're supposed to go to W. That's why it's getting repeated. Toggle. I got to W equals 1W. So all the W's will show Morgan, Mark, Edward, Emily. Morgan, Mark, Edward, Emily. Morgan, Mark, Edward, Emily. Haya, turudi tu hapo. Hapa kuna mambo ni mengi sana hapa. Mambo ni mengi. You may also come here. You touch at that point. You can select any person you want. Abaki kwa list. Ama you can also sort alphabetically. That is sort A to Z. Such that now, like this, you start everything with the names as they start with A all the way to Z. Ati ya mwisho ni M. Hawa watu kwani wanamalizika haraka aje? Or the other way around. Okay, ascending, you can also do descending, or you can remove. After you remove, you can come here and do this one that is descending. Again, you can change this, you can change it that way, you can change it that way, as much as you want. Even the admission numbers, you can come here and sort from the smallest to the largest. That way, the largest is 8490, the smallest is 7460. You can put it in descending, or you can remove the sort. So that table now is complete. So we go to the next table, students. marks, and ndiyo hiyo. Student marks again, hiyo nayo tajaribu nione kama I'll be able to copy. See whether I'll be able to copy. Ani kunaendaje huko? Acha nione kama nitaweza kucopy. I usually won't paste. I've copied, I've pasted. And so hizi are the 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Kuna hiyo kuna 8490 just to check. 8490 has 71, 71 and 87. 8490 ni huyu na tunataka hii kwa 71, 71, 87. Kwa hivyo hapo tuko sawa. 79, 84, 85, 76, 82, 85, 76, 85, yani huyu 85, 76 and 82. Let's hope it's okay. So the tables are all filled up. So I save everything. I can even actually close. Do you want to save all the changes that took place in the students table? Yes. Hey, I hope the other tables have been saved. If they have not, I might be forced to repeat. But let me see. It's not a very big issue. Let me opening the database. Na ndiyo hii inafunguka, ndiyo hiyo. Tuanze na class table. Kila kitu iko sawa, lakini unaona hapa hivi kuna ni kama it's like majina haitoshei. So what can we do? Can we try to reduce this like that? And can we make this one bigger? Exactly like that way. So everything is okay now. Even the names are okay. Can you go to the second table? Does everybody fit? No, some names do not fit. So nishike hiyo hivyo, peleke mbele. Hii nayo hata naweza punguza hii gender hivyo, bado iko poa. Hata hii naweza punguza hivyo because just the class. Hata hii I don't need such a large field, such a wide field. So hiyo inaweza kaa namna hiyo, then tuje hii. There's also something else that we can do. Something that we can do. What if we select and then we double click there? You can see everything is set. Una select kila kitu, alafu unakuja hapa kwa hii line, una double click ina auto fit. Hiyo inaitwa auto fit. Sasa si unaona vitu zangu zote vile ziko, tunaziona zote tatu. Chenezi arrange vizuri. Hiyo acha ikae hapo chini. Okay, acha nilete hapo juu kidogo. Ningeipeleka juu zaidi kwanza. Niilete hapa hivyo. Ndio hii nayo. Niilete hapa hivyo. So ama hapa hivyo. So now I'm up here hapo. I can see everything. Hakuna ile sioni. I can see everything. And everything is filled up. Going back to the question. The question requires you to type. Na inakupatia alama ngapi? 12.5. And I need to emphasize again and again. Put your practice on typing. Increase your speed. Otherwise, hey, kinaweza kukuramba. You may take too much time in this paper, this particular question. And my friend, angalia, hii paper ni ya 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. You are supposed to. This paper consists of 5 printed pages. Kindly should check the question paper to ascertain that they have all the pages in printed, and the questions should be answered in English. Na unaona hii, answer all the questions. Answer all the questions. Answer all the questions. Na uangalie kuna maswali mangapi? Kuna maswali mawili. There are 2 questions. 2 questions. This question number 2 ni ya desktop publishing, DTP, desktop publishing. For now, wacha kwanza tungangane na database. Tumebakisha nini? Tumebakisha swali bado swali haijaisha. We are supposed to create a query to display the fields. So hapa ndio tutakuja next, and that will be very soon. We'll be there. Okay, we continue. We are now at part C. Create a query to display the fields. What you are creating is a query. Create a query. And the query should have what? Admission number, student name, class ID, opener, midterm, and end term for all the students from where? From 1 East. And we save it as F1E. That one has 4.5 marks. So, tuende kwa database. Database yetu ni here. We can close all. You want to save changes? Let me see. Yes, changes. I've saved all the changes. And from there, come to create. What create? Query. Can we use the query wizard? Yes, let us try the query wizard. Then the wizard creates the next query. Let's say okay. Then we are supposed to pick the first table is the, I think, the students details. Yeah. We click on that. The name also comes to this. Gender is not para. So admission number, student name, class ID. Let's check. Admission number, student name, class ID. Hizo zinaenda. So we get back to the data, to the database, and now we choose the next table. The next table should be the your exam copy, year marks. Then tuna choose opener, midterm na end term zote. Kwa hivyo tuko nazo zote sasa zenye zimeandikwa pale. Which were they? All this. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's check. And they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we go next. Next, and we finish. we finish. So this is the query. If you check down here, now we have tables, we have queries, and we have forms. Tables, queries, and forms. Queries, tables, and forms. We need to change the name of this query. I can click here and rename. Can't rename while it is open. So I close, come here, rename, call it F1E, like that. Let me open it. But now it has everybody. It's not one east only. So how can I make it to have only one east? Click on that, go to design view. Now at the class ID here, class ID, after this tick, you can see criteria, come here. Hapa hivi tuandike one east. Andike vizuri vile imeandikwa one east. We save and close. After that tufungue, imetuletea tu one east peke yake. Ukitaka for one north unafanya the same, una create kitu kama hapo, then itakuwa inakufungulia one north. Ukitaka one west, then unafanya the same. So basically that is the question that is giving us 4.5 marks. Sasa pia hizi tuko nazo. Okay, next part C of question 1, and then we go to part 2, where again we are supposed to make a query, and again we shall use a query design, and we are supposed to put admission number, student name, class ID. So all these things appear to be coming from the students details. Then again from the exam details, opener, midterm, end term. Looks much like this, only that we need to add another field that we are calling the mean score, and we save this query as overall. So twende kazi, tufungue database yetu. We can close everything, close all, nothing to save. We go to create query design. Let's use the wizard, twende hivyo. So tunachukua nini? Tunachukua admission number, double click on it, student name, double click, class ID, double click. Kwanza nazichukua kutoka wapi? Cha kwanza nizirudishe zote, so that I pick them from the student details that way. ID, name, hivyo tumeacha gender. Then twende kwa mtihani, marks, tuchukue opener, tuchukue midterm, tuchukue term. Ndizo hizo zimeingia zote. Na would you like SMS, title ya hii tunaita over in small letters, that's what the examiner says, overall, like that. And kutoka hapo then we finish. Then we have everything. All what we don't have now is the next field, which should be the mean score. So we right click, design view. At this point here we add mean score. We add mean score at that particular point, mean score. Then we put mean score. Sorry, what are I supposed to put? Let's see, you put a colon. Then there is a formula for calculating the mean score, and the mean score will be the sum of opener, midterm, and exam marks, all of them divided by 3. So we need to write the formula at this particular point. I'll show you because I've already written the formula here. Highlight this award document page. Come here. Click like that up to where we want. That is too much. We make it less. So it is open exam. You can see the brackets, square brackets, and opener is inside, plus another square bracket with midterm and another square bracket with end term. Then all that divided by 3. So this is what we need. So I can pick this, copy, and come to my database. Come to my database here, Control V, and save like that. So let me run, and you can see. If you see these things, then no, this field is a bit too small. What we need to do ni kuipanua kidogo like that, and all the numbers will appear. So again, see, we can filter, sort from largest. So our number 1 is from 1W, this record, Mark Kwalima, Mark 1W, details zake ni hivyo. Then person who is at number 11 is Mika Lokioto, hivyo, na ako na 87, bado amepita sana. No, 76. Yeah, bado amepita sana. This is still an A. So here nobody feels. In this school called Mwango Secondary School. Hii shule kuna mtu anaanguka kusema ukweli. Si unaona wa mwisho anapata 76. All schools should be like that. Mtu wa mwisho bado ako na A. Mtu wa mwisho bado ako na A. Wacha nirudi kwa swali tuone kama tumemaliza. Swali lilikuwa yasemaje? It's always good to check the question again and again to ensure that at least you have done the right thing. So admission number, that. Hizo zote tumeweka, end term, midterm, opener, calculated field yenye inaitwa means kwa check. It is a calculated field. That is why we were making what? That is why you are making this particular formula. This particular formula. That's the reason why tulikuwa tunaitengeneza this particular formula. This one. This particular formula. This one. If you can't see it properly, I will still make sure that you are able to see it even larger. So let us make it larger. Go to home. This one will enlarge. Yeah, too much. Now I think we can still adjust the margins like that. You can as well, in fact, even adjust the margins on this other side. Then again, if you make it too large, and sometimes you can also write here, like for example 40. The font size is 40. Na naona sasa vile mambo iko. Hii sasa ndio formula yenye tumeweka wapi. Acha turudi tuone tumeweka wapi. Tuje kwa design view. Hii formula ndio tumeweka hapa. Ndio hiyo. Alafu now you can see the two tables yenye iko na student details na yenye iko na student marks. Ndizo zimetutengenezea hiyo nini? Hiyo query. Na ukiangalia sasa hapa tuko na two queries. We have one for Form 1 East and another one for overall. Hiyo nayo si nimeisha. Na ni marks ngapi? A whole 6 marks for doing that. Okay, and finally part D. Part D of the question, create a report. This one is a report. It's not a form. It's not a table. create a report to display details of each student as it appears in form 2 in figure 2. So this figure 2, this question has only 2.5 marks. Hata sijui kwa nini. So hapa hivi, hii ni report form tunatengeneza ya Mwango Secondary School end of term report. That is how we are supposed to write it. Then we put these details. Of course, this one's admission number, name and class. This one should be coming from the students details. Alafu hizi tatu zinatoka kwa ile table ya exams, ile ya student marks. Easy. So after you've made the table, some of these things zinajileta zenyewe. Zinajileta zenyewe. Kwa hivyo tutafanya nini? Tuje hapa kwa analysis. Ndio hiyo. Let us close this. You want to save, of course. Let's save everything. So we need to make a form. So you come here, create, but it's actually a report. Report design. Chat me a report design. Just like the other query, you can always make these things a bit larger. Like that. Bit larger like that. Then there is page detail. Hapa hivi ndio tutakuja kuandika vitu zetu hapo. So report design. At report design, we come and pick this. Then hapa hivo, kwa hiyo hapo tunaweza ijaza hivi kutoka mwisho mpaka mwisho. Hapa hivyo ndio tutaandika Mwango Secondary School in capital letters. Mwango Secondary School end of term report form. End of term report form. Like that. Here I guess I should go to the next line. First of all, let me make this one capital. I put a gap and I make it capital. Then I get back like that. To make it go to the next line, I think you should press on Control, then Enter. Yeah, Control, then Enter. Then we can highlight all this. Come to Format, then center everything. We can do more formatting. Like we can make this one to be larger. We can also do more formatting. This color does not appear to be proper black, but we can make it proper black. Can we also make it Arial black such that it becomes bigger? We can also change the background. Can we do a yellow? Exactly. We can do a yellow like that. And we can take it all the way here, almost to the end. And this one is okay. It's almost to the end, like that. So, and it should be under detail so that it can be seen. Then from there, we have the opener, the midterm, the end term, and the mean score. That is what the question says: opener, midterm, end term, and mean score. These three are within the table for the student marks. So tuje hapo hapa, and we create and we add the existing from the table, The table that we need this time is the student marks. Open it. What do we need? Before anything else, actually, we need the admission. We need the admission number, name of the student, and class name. Name of the student, and you can see there are gaps. There is also a gap here. We'll need to put this gap. We'll need to put this gap. Class name, admission number. So we go to the student details table first. Na iko wapi? Twende kazi. Ndio hiyo, tuifungue. Admission number, we click on it. Twende kwa student name, we click on it. The gender haina haja sana, tuiruke. Tuje kwa class ID. Kutoka hapo tuzipange. I can resize this. I don't know why it's coming out being too big. Resize them, resize them, resize them. Tukichukua haka kwanza tuhakikisha kako na plus, tuje tukaangushe hapo. Then tuchukue hii nayo tuje tuyangushe hapo karibu na mwisho, almost near the end. Zimejipanga bwana, kama zimejipanga, kama zimejipanga. Hata kwanza tutajaribu kuzipanga baadaye, but we can select all of them like that, like that. Right click, align to the top, ndio zikae kwa line moja. But I can see some of these distances are too big, so maybe I should try to actually lete hiyo karibu, and then nipunguze upande huu mwingine. Zimeenda kwa nini? The reason kwa nini zimeenda, because they were all selected. We just select this one. Sasa niilete ikiwa peke yake hivyo, like that. Then student name, kwanza nizilete zikiwa mbili hivyo, again zikiwa mbili hivyo. Hii acha nipeleke mbele kidogo, nipeleke mbele kidogo like that, and then yeah, again like that, like that. Then I also make this one slightly bigger, this one like that. Then I come here, put my cursor in between the A and D, na space bar niweke gap because the examiner amesema tuweke gap. I also come hapa kwa student name. Is it this way? Class name. Class name is the same as class ID. Hii class hapa hivi niweke cursor, nitumie delete kudelete letters ziko upande wa left, niweke gap. Hata hiyo ningeondoa, niandike name, nasema class name, then student name. This is the label, imeandikwa a full student name. This one is also written as what? Check, was it written as a DM really? Because I'm not even very sure. Add name. This one is written as name. AD number. So hiyo nairudisha AD number. Hii ni name peke yake na hii ni class name. Back to my form. Hiyo iko sawa. hii inakaa name peke yake. Name peke yake. Kwa hivyo actually hatunaweza rudisha hii nyuma kidogo hivyo, and then extend hivyo, sababu kuna watu wako na majina marefu. Then hii nayo tumesema inaandikwa imeitwaje? Imeitwa class name. So we can highlight all of them, right click, align to the top. Align to the top. After doing that, we can also come up here, format, zote tuzi-align to the left. This is to the right, to the left, and then we can put them in bold. We can put them into Arial, and we can put them into font 12. Class name now is getting hidden. You know, the moment you do that, hey, it should be the first thing that we should do. Probably should be the first thing that somebody should do, because some labels now you can see will be hidden. Lakini nimeifungua. Ukitaka kupeleka kabox kamoja unashika hapa kwa gray, hapa hivi like this, and unakasukuma kakiwa peke yake. Then at that point this one will not move. Let me align them again to the top like this, and here align to the top. Now once it comes to table to form design, once it comes to report design, it is a work of art rather than a science. It depends on how artistic you are. You can always do so much here. So now we go to the create again, report design, and we add the remaining properties. From what? From the tables. Which table this time round? From the student marks. Kwa hivyo tufungie here. Admission number hatutaki. Kwa hivyo tuweke opener. Fungue tena. Tuweke tuweke midterm, tuweke end term. Enter. So tuzipange sasa, hii sasa ndio ya mwisho. Acha tuilete hapo hivyo, then hii midterm nayo teremshe, acha tuiweke hapo hivyo. Tutaisukuma kidogo upande ule hivyo. Hii labda ningeisukuma kidogo. Yeah, like that. Then opener here nayo ilete hapo like that. Acha tuzichukue zote hivyo, right click, align all of them to the left. That one will not do very well. If I want to align all of them to the left, I should pick part of them like this, then align to the left. I also pick this one zikiwa kando, I align to the left. Then I can also chukue zote hivyo, align where? To the top. No, that one again. will not work. Wacha kwanza zikae hivyo ziko, because all of them are here. But if any type of formatting is required, we can easily always format them. Always easily format these things. And as I've said, all these things is a work of art. So here I can put 12, you can put Arial, na ukiona imefunikwa, you pull it out that way. Then these ones, probably you can do the same, and you could have done that for these things zikiwa pamoja, Arial, and then let's save. We are saving this as what? As report form. Report form. Report. Put an F over M like that, and hivyo hivyo. Wacha tuondoe hii, tumemaliza nayo. Let's see the report view. 1A, record source. Record source. Yeah. Let's check them out. These are the report forms. Report forms. Report forms. These numbers are written towards the right. We can allow them to stay there, or we can change them. This class name did not get out properly, so maybe I'll have to check it out. Kwa nini haikutokea vizuri? I'll check in the next video, and we'll do that particular correction. Otherwise, this video is finally over. Finally, let me remove this music. Finally, I need to check on one inconsistency that I found in this question. So if you come to this layout in figure 2, you find this is class name. But the question asks class ID. And when you put class ID, then you get an error. So what we are going to do in the one that we had used, I'll remove the class ID and put the class name. So go to the database, analysis, database, this one, database. Then we come to the report form. This particular part should be class name. So layout, no, design, like this. Click on that, delete. After that, come to report design, add existing. I don't need class ID, so let me get show all tables. Now, which table had the class name? The table that had the class name, is the first, the class table, open, then class name, and then I pick this and I bring it here, class name, highlight all of them, and here align to the top, then class name. These ones were That was the formatting. The formatting was Arial 12. So I also do the same to this one, and I do Arial, and the font number is 12, and it is bold. Nimebesha hiyo such that iweze kutosha. And again, let me ensure that the color is properly black. I save that, clear that. Let me close, then we open, and you can see the class is coming out here. So what we do not have now, which now will be in the next video, is the what? The next video is the mean score. So next we shall put the mean score in our next video. But before I move out of this, check Mongo Secondary School is a report form, admission number, so you can move from the first to the second to the third to the fourth, all of them, and you can print them. Wacha sasa tufunge hiyo video. Okay, we are now at part D of the question, and we have already made a report to display the details of each student as they appear here. So we have Mongo Secondary School, end of term report form. We have these details, ADM, the name, the class, opener exam marks indicated here, midterm exam also indicated here, end of term exam results, they also indicated here. What we don't have is the mean score, and I'm going to show you how it is done. So we come here and we minimize that, then we open our database. You can see it's called analysis. Once it opens, we go to the report form. We double click to open, and what we get here, if you come down here, is the form view. At this point, we can see the data sheet view. Come here, you can see the layout view, which looks just like the report form. And if we come here, we see the design view. You can also click here to get the form view, layout view, design view, or datasheet view. At the moment, we are interested in the design view. So we click on the design view. But what do we want? We are making a form. So we need to go to the form, design, and we add another field here, a field for the mean score. So under controls, we come to this icon here, which is a text box. We click on it, then we bring it down here, and you'll see it gives us two text boxes, this one and this one. We can format them as we wish. Now we can select these ones, then tick it such that it is in line with the others. We can make it larger. We can format it as we wish. Keep it larger, like that. Then here, we remove text 10 and we write mean score. mean score, and we can format this mean score here as we wish. Like now I have used Calibri, I can use Arial, and I bold. You can even change the colors if you want. Then this is the place where now we are supposed to put our formula. Once we select it, we get the property sheet here. We come to the three dots here, click on it, and we get what is launched here is the expression builder. At this point, we write down the formula for the mean, and the formula for the mean will be opener plus midterm marks plus exam marks, all of them divided by 3. I have already written that formula, so what I'll do is simply to copy the formula at this particular point. So you can see brackets, then square brackets, opener, plus square brackets, midterm, plus square brackets, end of term. You close the brackets, then all that you divide by 3. Then from there, you okay like that, and you see that the formula comes in here. It is always good to close these windows before you go to the next. And once you say close, it asks you, do you want to save the changes to the design of the report form? You say yes. Then from there, we open. And you can see now in our report, we have the mean score written. And we can, this is called the navigation panel. You can go to the next record, Axlam, next, Martin Mkanjala, next, Esther Teresian, next, on like that, all the way to the last one. This heading appears not to be at the center. We can also always center it. Again, click at that point, go to the design view. At the design view, click on that, then come to format, then align that to the center. Then you can also save from this icon here. Close, open, and you see now this one is centered. So there is so much that you can do. The next question, if we go to the next question, this is the last question at E. It requires us to get a printout of each of the following. So we print the 3 tables, the 2 queries, and the reports for the first 2 students. Let us start with the 3 tables. I'll show you how you can print them. So we get back to our database. Then we go to the first table, which was the class table. Click on it, the class table. Then come here and print. Let us first of all see the print preview. Print preview. So this is how our table would look like if printed on paper. Then after that, you can go to the second table. And the second table, come to the file here, then print. Let's get the print preview, and this is how it will look like once you print. Then the next one, the third table, because the tables are 3, 1, 2, 3, this one, and get to the file here, print preview, and this is how it should look like. I can zoom a little bit for you so that you can see. Yeah, and even my mouse becomes a lens. It becomes a lens. It is making things appear larger. So these are the three tables. Then the two queries, you can open the query, and in the same way you can print the query, print it like that, come to print preview, let us zoom, and you can see how using this horizontal scroll bar, this is what should be printed: admission numbers, student's name, class ID, opener, midterm marks, and end term marks. The other is the overall open, not open, file, print preview, use the slider to zoom again, zoom again like that. And again here you can see what we should print. That's what should be print and should appear in paper. Then from there are these forms. We have only been told to print the report form for the first two students. So I click on the report form. This is student 1 out of 11. Unfortunately, we cannot magnify this. This student number 1. Come to file here. Click on print preview, and this is how print preview looks like. So then we print the first student and the second student. It appears like the third student is also coming in, but the first two will be very well printed by the print preview, the report forms. Then after that, we can close all the windows, close, and there is so much more you can do with this database. So it's not very easy, neither is it too hard, but all you need to do is to focus. You must really focus, and after you do that, then all will be well. This question 1, practical question 1, can give you 50 marks, and it is possible for you to score 50. It's possible for you to score 40, 45, and you'll be happy with those marks. Otherwise, for now, let us conclude that particular point.